Well, the Board of Apportionment, which is the governor, the Secretary of State, and the Attorney General, met on Friday and laid out new legislative district maps for the 135 members of the General Assembly. I caught up immediately afterwards with John Brummett, columnist of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. John, you have been at the Board of Apportionment meeting. Give me your headline for the Board of Apportionment.
Well, in terms of greater social significance, the headline, which everyone was proud to announce, the governor and the Secretary of State and the Attorney General, is that the previous legislative districting had 11 majority-minority districts. This takes us to 13. It's very important to make that point, since there are racial implications in the congressional redistricting. We're actually going to more majority-minority districts. One of the new additions is a majority Latino district. I just came from the meeting. I'm assuming that's in the Springdale area. Probably shouldn't speculate, but wherever it is, there's a majority Latino district. So everyone was proud to say that. Secondly, the Apportionment Board's director, former Supreme Court Justice Betty Dickey, plainly said in her explanation that among the things that the Board of Apportionment took into account was protecting, to the extent possible, incumbents, which is one objection that many people have to politicians drawing their own districts. I confronted her on that afterward in a friendly fashion, and she pointed to a document from the National Conference of State Legislatures that says that should be a consideration. That's not a legal body. That's not a legal precedent. It's legislative groups advocating for their own self-preservation. But it's based, she said, on the greater accepted principle that districts should reflect common interest. So those are the two stories: the gains in majority-minority districts, the Latino district, and the fact that, get this, with all these great population shifts, tremendous or significant exodus from South and East Arkansas and tremendous growth in Northwest Arkansas, these people, Hutchinson, more Thurston and Rutledge, I think, managed to redraw districts in which only 3 House members get put together, and they're all in one district, and no incumbent senators get put together. That's like a magic trick, and they plainly say that was one of our main considerations. And this lends itself to commentary about whether we ought to have an independent commission to take this over, so that districts could be drawn without regard for protecting who's in office. But as Betty Dickey said, that's a principle they openly applied. So that's sort of what happened there.
Let's talk about the 3 House members drawn into the same district. What kind of the circumstances for that? It's 2 Republicans, 1 Democrat, right?
I was told it in the corridor, and it was confirmed in the maps and confirmed proudly, as that this is the only place when 3 are put together. 2 Republicans, all I'm telling you is this, and I don't have the names on this, and these will all come out in time, and you might. 2 Republicans, 1 Democrat, extreme southeastern Arkansas, and it is a majority-minority district. So they're not splitting anything. They're just put. It looks like they made a deliberate decision. Let's go down there and put these 3 together in a way that we can keep everybody else apart, which is unfortunate for those 3. But that seems to be what happened.
Talk about Northwest Arkansas, where there has been the incredible growth that we've seen in the population up there. New districts abound. We could potentially have, with Lance Eads' resignation from the state Senate, the fact that there's a new Senate district, Jim Hendren, an independent, will likely get a Republican challenger. And I think Senator Cecile Bledsoe has said she's not running for re-election. There could be as many as 4 different new faces in the state Senate as a result of where those maps are and what's happening politically up there. That'd be a huge change.
Yeah, it would be, and that's not caused by anything the Board of Apportionment is doing, other than the fact that they had to create more districts up there. I don't have the numbers, but more Senate districts and several more House districts to reflect the population changes. So there are new opportunities. But as you point out, there's that's compounded by the Eads vacancy. One of these is, as I just said earlier, a new majority Latino district that might have a new dynamic. And Hendren, of course, being public enemy number 3 or 4 of Republicans because of his party switch in a Republican area. Yeah, I mean, Northwest Arkansas, once again, is where everything's going to be happening politically in a couple of years, I would think.